coming at ya.
Thanks for giving us your ears.
Prop those ears up, motherfucker.
Just like Picasso cutting that left ear or right ear.
That's Vincent Van Gogh, isn't it?
No, Vincent Van Gogh. He's gonna go and cut off your.
I'm sure Picasso.
Was it the left ear or right ear?
I don't know. I think it's his left ear.
That's a bold move.
I mean, he gave it to the person he loved.
Yeah. Why? Do you know the story behind that? You're just like.
I'm assuming.
Do you think that they didn't have that many things, like, because, there wasn't Apple, there wasn't Google Home, there wasn't any of these things. What are you going to give your loved one?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he's like, here's my left ear.
Here's my left ear.
Yeah.
And she's like, good.
It's like still bloody and shit, so, I mean, you could tell he meant it.
That's true. It could have been a thing with them where, like, she actually really liked his left ear, where she was always, like, nibbling.
So she had, like, a little fetish
I like getting my ear nibbled on.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
And I learned from that one movie with Kevin Hart or whatever, with the guy that Bryan Cranston that can't move, that he still had sensitivity in his ears. Like when they got these like
that was
hookers.
Like his orgasmic.
Yeah. So maybe it was something like it was an inside joke with a couple. So maybe he's like, I'm gonna cut off my left ear.
Oh, she's really gonna do.
She's really gonna like this because she always is playing with it. And
right.
What body part would you give to your significant other? I guess.
Probably my left nipple.
Oh, your left nipple.
Yeah. Yeah, that one seems to get more attention than the right one, so.
Do you think you'd like put it on a chain or it kind of like dangle?
Maybe,
like
yeah, and then it's like, well, first off, I'd like dehydrate it,
Oh,
so
that's
it's kind of
smart.
just like, so it's not just like rotting flesh.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah.
Kind
of like umbilical cords.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah,
It's
like, come on, man.
Is that what you do with the umbilical cords?
I think it just dehydrates on its own, kind of like jerky. You just hang it up.
Do your parents keep umbilical? Is that a thing?
Yeah, bro. Like in my photo family album, like the picture of me, like brand new baby, brand new born, and then under that, inside the album, like how you lift the plastic, put the picture in. Yeah. Like inside the album was like part of my umbilical cord.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's weird, huh?
That is weird.
I just thought about it. That's weird.
Just like keeping like body pieces and body parts. The weird. So I don't know how I came across this like weird Bible like stories and stuff like that. I don't know the names of them. There's a story of this guy that wanted to marry this guy's daughter, and he's like, if you want to marry my daughter, you have to give me 100 of like circumcised penis tips,
Oh,
foreskin.
The foreskin.
Sorry, foreskin. He's like, if you want to marry my daughter, give me. And he's like, you know what? I love your fucking daughter. So I'm going to give you 200.
Oh, so he upped the
He
ante.
upped it.
Yeah.
He doubled it. He's like 100. That's fucking
I'm
nothing.
taking your daughter and your other daughter.
So true story. True story.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, he does it. 200 goes to the guy. He's like, here you go. And then they end up getting married happily ever after.
Damn. Do you think the dad kept all the foreskins?
That's a great question.
Like,
or what
did he make
with
lamps
them?
out
Or he's
of
like, this is only 197. He's like, you shorted me 3 of them.
You only asked for 100, you motherfucker. Like,
it's like the Dexter kill slides.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
Right.
Or maybe that's what he did. He like had them all together so you could kind of like, brush your hands.
Oh, this was Jonathan from, right outside the village, the square,
No, but if you had enough of them together, it'd almost be like a comb, like a brush, almost. It'd be like a foreskin. I don't know why I'm brushing my face with it.
Well, what are you doing?
Like foreskin on my face, just brushing it.
Right.
It'd be like very...
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
I mean, I probably made a trampoline out of it, you think?
That would be kind of cool.
Like just a foreskin trampoline?
Yeah, how do like serial killers go to those, like, I'm going to make this skin a lampshade? Or how do you decide that, like, maybe that, like, they...
It's like a trophy, right? It's the trophy and then they want it displayed.
But a lamp... Yeah, so you're just like, but she would just make such a great lampshade. You're like, that girl. That girl is a lampshade.
Oh, that's your next single.
I hope so.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
I hope so. I can finally be free. Free of the social structures.
I'm like now staring at the lampshade you have over there and and wondering.
And then I was like looking at that camera because I remember that you're filming.
Oh yeah, we're filming now.
Yo!
What's up? And like I was looking at the lampshade and then I was like, I haven't seen his sister in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So maybe you have seen her.
Maybe she's in here every time.
She's here every time. Take a little piece of my heart, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Janis Joplin that shit.
Yeah. It was Noki's 7th birthday the other day.
Was he?
And it's funny because
Happy birthday, Nooks!
I never knew how old he was or anything. And I got this email, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I guess he was microchipped or something at some point. Then came back to me. So it was like his birthday is March 10th.
Oh, nice.
And he's 7 years old. And I was like, I didn't know if he was 6 or really exactly what. And it was kind of weird because I was like, that's kind of old. Like, that's what
is
good...
it? Don't they say like 1 year is 7 dog years?
49? What?
One human year
is
is 7 dog years.
Yeah, so 49.
He'd be 49?
Yeah.
Was 7 times 7?
49. Right?
Hold on, bust out the calculator.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Come on. I loved math.
You old motherfucker.
You old motherfucker, you. Yeah, he's having his midlife crisis. That's why he's sleeping so much and kind of just like,
I wish I could be a dog.
Do you think you've had a midlife crisis, quarter life crisis?
Quarter life crisis.
Do you think that's a real thing?
No, for sure. Yeah, people go through that shit.
I think we're constantly kind of...
I think, like we're
life is a crisis, right?
Crisis. Yeah, yes. Surviving is struggling. So.
Surviving on Earth, yeah, that's true. We learned that last week.
Last week with Ron.
Yeah, that was a good episode. That was cool to have him on here.
Him.
The one thing I missed asking him was kind of, like managing people. We kind of touched on that a little bit. But the one article I saw that was interesting is that Walmart is getting rid of their greeters, like thousands of them. And that's kind of a crazy move because, a lot of those people are disabled or vets or people with mental or health disorders that kind of need this that's their little treat through the day. Like it helps them kind of in society. They feel good or they are making money or whatever. So but you look at it like, but how much help do, like what are they really doing for the experience? And you're like, so from a business standpoint.
Do you really think they're checking their receipts? Probably not.
Yeah, right. I don't know how many jokes I can make there, so I'm not gonna do it. We already started the episode with fork skin talking, me rubbing my face with it, so I'm not gonna attack.
Continue the vets or just elderly.
But it's kind of like what do you do? You know what I mean? You're like, if businesses profit or how much do you help? But that's okay. Well, I guess
they're so large in scale though. Yeah. Like they're huge.
But I guess going back to what he was saying of you take care of your employees first and you think about them and then kind of their circle of people that maybe would shop there to see them or see that it's like a community. I mean, I don't see Walmart. I fucking hate Walmart. I haven't gone in like 10 years.
You boycott Walmart.
Yeah, that was my very first I'm fucking punk rock. That's not even punk rock. You're like, but yeah, they're a fucking terrible company, and this is an example of why.
Yeah.
But also, you're like, I mean,
you
gotta look at your profit, bro.
Right.
Do you want that second jet? Do you want that? Do you want that yacht? Do you want that island off of Costa Rica? Name it. I don't know.
You want to take over Venezuela, maybe?
I mean, somebody's got to do it. We got to give them the good old democracy. You know what I mean?
Just slap them with democracy.
Whoa! Hoo-ha!
That scared Noki.
I know. Hey, Paul Manafort's going to jail. 7.5 years. I feel like I said that really weird.
Who's Paul?
7.5 years.
Who's Paul?
Who is Paul? He was a chairman on the campaign thing for Trump. It's through like the Mueller investigation.
Oh.
So yeah, lobbying, all tax fraud, all these kind of inconsistencies, and he pled guilty to kind of get that 7.5 years in those old slammer. A lot of people are going to jail right now. I don't know if you've been watching the news and
kind of
fucking
in and out.
Celeb in and out. Good place.
Celebrities going to jail.
There's
I wanna pee on you, drip drip drip.
That interview was. I mean,
did you see that interview?
Yeah.
I'm fighting for my fucking life.
30 years. It's. I mean, you're like, fuck, man. You just.
But we've all known this.
That's what's so strange.
Yeah,
I know.
And is that going to make you stop listening to? This is a remix to Ignition.
Probably. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I'm definitely gonna.
Are you gonna stop listening to Michael's?
I think so.
Really?
I think so.
You can't separate his music to his sexual deviancies.
I mean,
it's hard.
I am Catholic and I still go to church. So that's a good point.
You think he was you think "Beat It" was a kid's song?
Beat it, no one wants to touch your penis.
Is that how it goes?
I think that's what he says. It's kind of like that Eiffel 65 I'm Blue song. You don't really know what they're saying.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So you're
I'm blue, touch your penis,
I'm in need of a guy. There's so many different, we don't really know.
That's very true.
So Beat It, Thriller, you know, who knows?
Cause I'm bad. I'm bad.
He was so good. And he was bad. He was a very bad boy.
He was a bad boy.
He was a bad boy for sure.
sure.
But that was what was crazy. Is like there was videos of him just like with these kids. We're like
holding hands and shit.
We're like, yeah, this guy.
Just tickle my palm, man.
He likes kids. He's friends with them, I guess. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of like radio stations, you said, stop playing their music, like his music, and
yeah, I'm sure R. Kelly will help with R. Kelly too.
You think if R. Kelly don't come up at a nightclub though, you ain't gonna get down to Ignition?
I mean, don't go to nightclubs.
Come on, bro. It's a classic.
How about Trapped in My Closet? I remember that series of music. It was like an album of a story of him cheating and then being caught inside of a closet, which might have been the perspective of one of these underage girls that was in his closet.
Maybe.
He flipped the script.
He's like, let me put myself in her eye.
He's like, damn. Okay.
That's a deep song now
that is a deep song, yeah. That interview didn't really come across as an innocent man.
No, man. He's defending himself so hard. This motherfucker's... He's fucking guilty.
I know. Yeah.
Another thing that was brought up to me, one of my friends said, now, why couldn't they come up with this documentary? Well, I mean, it's all timing, but Michael can't defend himself now. And I was going to say, like, would he really want to, like, anymore? Or maybe that's the only reason this documentary came out, because now, like, you really get to see what kind of person he was. And you know what I enjoyed about the documentary was, well, I didn't really enjoy it, but it was like very interesting how they would flip the script. Like they would be interviewing the mother and she's like, yeah, they were just, you know, hanging out and in the room and whatnot. And then they interview the boy and the boy's like, yeah, he was fucking touching me.
Right,
and like doing this. And she's like, then they go back to the mother and they're like, they were just playing inside. And like they were fucking clueless.
Yeah,
man.
they were
crazy.
And what's funny too about that, it's an interesting point that you bring that up.
Yeah, because it was at the same time, but they just kept switching back and forth.
Well, they were so mesmerized by like that stardom too that they were just man, I'm living like in this guest house on this like amusement park ranch and my son's dancing. It's like, okay.
Cardi B style.
Yeah, so that I don't know. I don't know
either, man.
We'll keep on going through the list of people going to jail or getting in trouble. Did you see that?
Going to jail in 2019.
Yeah, and I got Becky from Full House, and there's like 50 other people that just got in trouble. It's like there was this group of people that they were fucking with like college admissions for like these high ranked schools by like sending in people to cover for tests, or they were doing all these different things like
for their children.
Yeah,
I kind of
people in this high up
kind of over that. Yeah,
which I'm not surprised.
The system's rigged, motherfuckers.
It always has been, you know, and it always will be as long as there's money, greed, and power. You know, like and that's the scary part. It's like and you keep on seeing this with like people that are famous or rich, you know, because they want to give children or people that they know in this like highbrow society the opportunity, because you or I both know that like college and things like that are really important to whatever your career or your future is going to be, you know, like, and the amount of money you make. So they're looking out for them, even if the problem is that they're lifting up these people that have fucking never had to work hard in their life.
Right.
So they're not...
It's above entitlement.
Yeah, so then you get a job in the government or some CEO job and you're a fucking lunatic that's never fucking earned anything.
Then they hire somebody to actually do all the work that they're supposed to be doing.
Right, just as their parents or their elder did. And it's just all about... that's democracy, I guess, you know?
That's why we gotta slap it to Venezuela. They're in a total fucking blackout right now.
What?
Venezuela.
Are they? What?
Yeah.
No power?
No power, no fucking medicines, people in the hospitals, like on the ground.
Damn.
Like on a blanket. It's fucking sad, dude. People still living out in the streets, no water, no food. Their civilians are dying. But they're saying like it's like military conflict, but like what was a big article where they lit up this supply truck that came in and which was actually the like civilians that accidentally Molotov cocktailed it. It wasn't even like Maduro and his
gang.
His gang.
Well, it's what I always think of too, and it's not even the like conspiracy theorist in myself, but it's you look at these protests and things like that too, and you know how like the government will infiltrate these like protests, and then start violent acts,
right?
So then they can get in, stop it, or spread it out,
right.
And I think that because a peaceful protest, you can think of like that you can't do anything about it, so they have to be like, all right, let's throw a Molotov cocktail, break a couple windows, break a couple shins, and then they're out of here. I don't know. It's
when are we gonna intervene? Like you said, slap them with democracy.
I don't know. You think?
And then do you think Russia and China are gonna come against?
Well, that's the biggest problem. Is they're like, yo, stay out of there.
And Russia not too long ago pulled out of the International Nuclear Treaty, INT.
Yeah, they're all doing that.
Oh, I mean, the U.S. did that earlier this year or past year. I can't remember.
And that's the thing. It's like we tell everybody else they can't make nukes and all these weapons. We do the same thing, and we're in some.
We sneaky motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, just a couple guys talking politics, You
have no fucking reason talking politics.
I know. Sometimes I'll kind of get in the loop, and then sometimes I kind of fall out. I'm very like.
It's just that you see the same shit over and over. It gets boring. It gets tired. The other day I saw this guy.
That's propaganda. That's the scary part. Then all of a sudden all this shit starts happening, and you're like, wait, where was I? You're like, you were. What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the other day I saw a guy. He was, keeping up on the news, but all he was doing was really just scrolling through like all of the headlines and seeing, I guess, what's worthy, which I understand, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's just difficult to keep up with everything, you know?
It's difficult, and what's also funny is, we talk about this, is when you all go through things like, oh, that's an interesting headline. It'll be like on the New York Times or something. Yeah. And I'll read it, and I'm like, this is a bullshit article that like just got me from, like there was one article,
clickbaity.
Like one example of this the other day was, is your work stressful? You can actually turn that into positive, like artistic creativity. Like these two actually are related. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, why is this? I can use that as fuel and kind of help myself. And I read it and I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever. Like, it was not pertaining to it at all, or giving you any kind of advice. It just basically takes the headline, tries to. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. You know, people. You know what I'm fucking saying. Know what I'm fucking talking about here. You flat Earth motherfuckers out there. Did you hear what's the Netflix documentary, like Beyond the Curve? Behind the Curve. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I watched it. Did you? Yeah. Did you watch the whole thing? Yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was all right, man. I mean, did you pull anything where they're like, "Ma, they might have a point where you're like, they're so full of shit." Yeah, I mean, what the documentary showed me, it's not about, because they're not dumb people, you know, they're not stupid. Yeah. It's not an education. They just have mental illness. Yeah. It's just, and I actually got this from listening to Alex Jones on Rogan too. That was a fucking marathon of an episode, but it was great. It took me 4 days, bro. Jesus, 4 days. And what conspiracy, like, because they're smart. They like, it's not an educational like boundary. They're not held back because of that, you know. Yeah. It's conspiracy theorists think everything is a conspiracy. Right. Everything. Mm-hmm. And you can't, like, literally they have their own dating website for flat earthers. Yeah. Like, because they can't date anybody else that doesn't believe in flat earth. Like, that's an echo chamber of just fucking... I can see that, though, if you really believe that, because it's like, I mean, that's like a religion. Yeah. Like, sometimes people that are super religious couldn't be with somebody. For sure. You know? And they did like 2 tests on there that like proved the earth was like the rotating. The laser one. They spent $20,000. Well, that one's what was that? God? I can't remember what it was called, but it was like this machine that's $20,000. Yeah. And how they like it measures the Earth's rotation for every hour, which is 15 degrees. Which, as it should be, because we're spinning. Right. You know? And they like, what was the meme that said like flat earthers trying to prove the Earth is flat, but end up proving that the Earth is round or something. Yeah. And then they're like, I'd read the article. I didn't know that was actually in that documentary. That's funny. And they were being like, well, we're not willing to accept that. We're trying to. Yeah, he's like, so now we're gonna put it in this capsule that like
it won't be affected by the outside fucking forces or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they do that, and then the same thing. It just measures 15 degrees every hour. And then he's like, well, what we really need is another, like, chamber that we can put this in so that they, you know, those forces are still penetrating this other previous chamber that we use. Like, it's like they're just not willing to accept the fact
That's the problem.
And then
too.
also the laser one that where they, like, beamed it across the ocean or it's a lake or whatever, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And fucking, he's like, okay, well, I can't see the laser, this and that. It's like, hold it above your head. And he, like, holds it above his head, which proves that, like, there's curvature. Yeah. He's like, oh, now I see it. And it's just fucking silent. And he's like, well, we're going to come back next year and we're going to, like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's the problem with conspiracies, you know?
And that's what it is. Mm-hmm. It's like they don't believe anything outside of their conspiracy.
Like that Boeing 737, you know, that just crashed, no survivors.
I think I heard of it.
Like Ethiopian Airlines, which is the second one within, I think, since 2018, the Indonesia one. And, like, your brain kind of goes, well, this is, like, that's strange. You know, like, is there a conspiracy on this one, too? Like, what is there a...
Right.
Who was on the plane? What... Canada banned them. Like, they're not using those planes anymore.
Oh, really?
But you would think maybe after, you know, that pattern, you'd be like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't. But, you know, your brain kind of is like, okay, well, what is there something behind this? Or is it just, you know, shit happens. Planes crash, which they do. But I was down in that
Where's the black
for a while.
box?
That Alex, you know, where is that black box? That's a good question. You never find them when they should. Which is the whole purpose of a black box. And you're just like, I don't know, man. Yeah. But when I found out about Alex Jones and InfoWars probably 6 or 7 years ago, I was guilty of that. Like, I fell down that rabbit hole because you find a couple that are true. Yeah. Then you're like... And then you even see, like, in politics, all the crime, all the, you know, super corporations. And you're like, there's so many.
For sure.
So you're like...
Yeah. What to believe.
You never know. You don't know when to stop. And you don't know when to start.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you?
You just gotta stop, man. You just gotta live your life. Be in the fucking moment.
That's a good point.
Because, like, how is it affecting you if you are believing in this or if you're not believing in this? Like, how... Yeah. I mean, it takes a toll on your personality and, like, you question everything. With questioning, it's like, good, but just find out the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like...
Is ignorance bliss?
Ignorance is definitely bliss.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think so?
100%.
Do you think it's just like some people's brains kind of like they can stay content inside of like a smaller circle or something? You know, I'll use the quote, like the bell jar. It's a book that my sister and I just got tattooed on us. But like, can they live inside of that bell jar and be, instead of like suffocating, they're like, oh. Or do you think they act that way, but their brain is actually like firing off?
I don't think they'd be able to act that way if their brain was firing off.
Yeah, that's true. I don't... Like,
because, I mean, you'd go crazy. Like, you'd realize, like, all this shit's happening and all this, but you're like, oh, I'm just going to sit right here.
It's like going into your comfort zone will kill you, and you can, you know, or ignorance is bliss, and you can look at it. I was thinking about this earlier today, of how grateful I am that I've been able to... kind of look into so many other things that I used to hate. I was a very hateful kid. Mm-hmm. And I hated this band. I hated this person. I hated this.
You hated Nokia.
I hated this action of... I was just full of hate. And I was wondering why. And I guess I was like, oh, you know what it was? It's because you are so comfortable with what you enjoy or think is right that you don't want to question your core beliefs.
Right. Yeah.
And so you do find contentment in that.
For sure.
But no growth. But some people are fine with that, you know. You and I could both stop doing this, stop doing all the things that we talk about, and we could probably still find comfort, and it'd probably be an easier life. I don't know, maybe not, because even if you're just like eating shit and watching TV all day long, you just kind of start feeling lethargic, right? It would weigh on you.
For sure.
I don't know. What are we talking?
But then what are you gonna do about it? Like,
what are you gonna do about it?
What are you fucking gonna do about it, man?
Who do you think about? Like, oh, it's like 2 years later. We're like, dust the Cheetos off of our face. We're like, fuck, we gotta pick. Let's get the band back together. Let's start the podcast. Pedro, come over.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. That's
we got some.
Got some news articles.
No, let's see what we got.
What we got here, man?
We got U.S. grounds Boeing. Oh, the U.S. grounds the Boeing 737 MAX 8 and MAX 9 jets. Interesting. Hours after Canada. So who did it first?
Who done it first?
Well, we know. So that's cool.
President Trump said Wednesday that the U.S. would temporarily ban all Boeing 737 MAX 8 and 9 jets from flying following... Fuck, I need glasses.
Do you?
Nearly every country in the world.
I said that very surprised. But I was do you need glasses?
Maybe. I don't know.
Huh.
I'm having a...
Sorry.
Since the deadly crash in Ethiopia on Sunday. So yeah, just following everybody's footsteps.
Pilots had reported that the plane would tilt suddenly after takeoff, among other concerns. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
And this is another good one. We got all right.
We're getting some good ones. Huh?
This story requires a subscription. That is bullshit. That's
fuck you.
Yeah, get out of here. It was something with Facebook VRs creating avatars. So The Sims, essentially. Like how we're talking about creating those alternate worlds and like that's very Ready Player One.
Uh-huh.
That is
scary.
That's pretty trippy.
Yeah.
Would you think you'd do that? Would you?
I mean, I've played The Sims before.
Would you dabble in Avatar like? Would you play Sims? But I guess it still would be like Sims. Would you go to that other dimension, virtual, hang out there?
Like a what was that? Pandora? What was that movie? Avatar? Yeah.
Would you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
If I can come back.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
because
throw on the goggles, kick it for a couple hours.
But eventually, that's where everybody's gonna want to be, man.
So
just escape this reality.
I know. I thought of a cool story the other day, which would be, or for a movie.
Do it.
And it'd be
Tell me.
So.
Do you have a script for it?
No, fuck no. I'm not. This is just a high thought.
Come on, bro.
So it starts and they're in this crazy universe. It's very futuristic robots. Zoom, bow, zoom, pew, pew, pew. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, I'm Roger.
Roger the robot.
And then all of a sudden, it all shakes, and then
like it goes glitchy.
Yeah, it goes grainy, goes black, and then you just hear it breathing.
And then it's the end.
Eyes slowly awake, and it's brighter than anything Roger's ever seen before.
Poor Roger.
But also muggy.
Is he blinded by the light?
And gas, smog, pollution, and he's back on Earth. And he didn't realize that he was plugged in for all these years. Oh,
shit.
He forgot all about his real existence. Plugged in as a baby. And then he's like, whoa, what is life? And he's trying to do all these crazy things that he could used to do, jump higher and reach these certain things. And he's back to the fucking human body of just the dumbest version. No technology, nothing. It's just this
what's around him? Desolate Earth?
Just like a
post-apocalyptic kind
exactly, the Earth gets ruined by whatever millions of natural disasters are eventually going to happen, so we've escaped. But then he's like, whoa.
Where have we escaped to? The cloud?
Yeah, the cloud. Facebook VR
lab. Whoa. Bro, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that was kind of a cool idea.
You should write it.
Nah.
Why not?
Because I'd rather just talk about it.
Fine, I'm going to write it for you.
Yeah. I kind of started getting into a little bit of this technology. I have a Google Home. My dad got one through his work, through something, and they have an Alexa at their house, and I was like, I never really.
Alexa's at my house too.
Yeah, and I was always kind of push back and shit, because I don't really want something that's always listening, even though your phone, my computer, and your TV is already all doing it. Listening. So they're like, we have more listeners through them than the podcast. That's very true. Yeah, and they're like, so do you want it? And I was like, all right. So I started using it for my lights. Which is nice. Fucking rad. It's really cool because you're like, turn this on, turn it on, change the color, and then you start seeing things on the news like smart blinds, smart air, and I can see myself being very walking in a house, being talking because it's cool, it is.
It's neat, yeah.
It is very neat, and it feels very futuristic, and it's a weird thing. You know what I mean?
I don't have her that in tuned.
Play this music.
Yeah,
play
I just use
song.
it for that, man.
Yeah, and which is cool. But I do see that it's you're starting to prick your finger a little bit with kind of getting that drip of technology, and getting closer to that chip.
Tightening that arm.
Back to that, yeah.
With that bell.
Back to that debit card, not swiping anymore. You're saying, hey, do you have a chip? Hey, do you have a chip? You hear that daily, every day. Hey, do you have a chip?
Oh, is this a chip?
Hey, do you have a chip? Is that a chip?
Yeah.
Can you scan?
My chip's broken.
My chip's broken.
Yeah.
Do I just put this in? And do I slide in it? Is this okay for you? Are you comfortable?
You got to get consent.
You like this? You like this song? I don't know where I was going with that. But
it's a remix.
But yeah, how it's slowly kind of dripping into us. And I went on a lovely mushroom trip last week. Because so after the day my sister and I got tattooed, I was like, I had to take 24 hours.
Yeah, what was that tattoo?
So it's on my like upper ribs.
It's on your boob, side boob.
My side boob.
Side boob.
For good side boob Instagram pictures.
Right, yeah.
Hashtag side boob.
Yeah.
Just says I am. It's from Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar.
Oh,
which is she's a poet. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Did she know it?
She was fucking incredible.
Okay.
And she suffered from mental illness, and that kind of book was kind of true, like kind of about her life story of being a writer, struggling with mental health, figure out what the fuck am I supposed to do with my life. She was 30 years old when she killed herself, and she had many run-ins with trying to commit suicide, and all through all that. And then when she's finally in the end psychiatric center to get released, before going into the office where they tell her she'll be released or not, she's like, I took a deep breath and listened to the brag of my heart. I am. And just talking about like, if your heart's still beating, you're still alive, you're still here, you're still present. But so my sister wanted that for a long time, and we actually went to get it like 6 years ago with also somebody that I was with at the time, and we were wasted, so drunk. We're like, we're finally gonna get this tattoo because we've been talking about it forever. So we drive to like a club tattoo, like super late. And he's probably,
you're all wasted and you drive. That's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Good job.
And then that you feel that guilt and that kind of that shame when you get there too. And we're like probably wasted talking to this tattoo artist, which they're probably used to anyways. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, I can do one of you, but I can't do all. Like I'm about to close. You know what I mean? We're like, So then we didn't do it till last week.
There you go.
So we did it, and it's cool. It looks. I like it.
I like it.
I like the story. It feels cool to have a connection with like a tattoo with somebody. It's like, I don't know, it's a cool, my first like kind of, I guess, I don't know, I've gotten tattooed with people before too. I don't know, whatever. It's a cool thing to have.
Yeah, it's a cool experience.
Yeah. So anyways, I had to take 24 hours off of like working out or my kind of fitness routine the next day. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I've had these mushrooms for a while, and I've kind of been afraid of taking them, to be honest with you, because I knew from a source that they were good.
Did you take all of them?
And I took all of them. Ooh. And I haven't had good ones since I've been here from Seattle. So I was like, all right, I feel like these are going to be good. And it's the first time I did a complete solo trip too, which is also like, solo climbing. Mm-hmm. You got no support. Nobody's looking out for you.
Nobody's handing you the slack.
Yeah, shit can really go out of whack quick. But I wasn't completely afraid, or else I wouldn't have done it, because I'm aware of my brain. I know not to go down these certain dark paths. So like when I was on them, I was like, my brain would start going this way. I'm like, hey, you,
hey, get back over here, man.
Over here. So it was good, and it was a very beautiful trip actually.
Yeah, right on.
And I had it was a very technology kind of. That was one part of it that I took away from it, because it was the first time I had like this iPhone X. They're like. It's a pretty significant jump from like the last times that I've had like my flip phones or shitty phones like tripping and like kind of riding. It's like so glued to it. You're so enamored by it, and kind of this, you're like, what is this thing that's always part of me? Yeah. You always have it. Like you need to separate yourself. And I was like, we're so afraid of being a number that we've given ourselves a phone number, like a social security number. Like we are technically just numbers inside this whole fucking machine. And we allow ourselves to be that way. We allow ourselves to be a data mine. Yeah. Like we are just ones and zeros to people that sell us shit, because that's all we are. We're just rhythms and patterns. And I think the more you can be aware of that and separate yourself from it and realize technology is great and you can use it for things, but also to be like, I see this pattern, or I see this fault. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know. There was that, and then I guess I wasn't completely free soloing because Noki was.
Oh, motherfucking Noki was kicking it. Yeah. On his birthday.
And he was hilarious.
Was he?
He was making me fucking laugh. He was just giving me looks. And I was like, what if fucking dogs knew, like, we're in on all of it? Like, they fucking knew like, if he actually had a sense of humor. So you just, like, you say shit sometimes, and it was like, or they kind of look at the corner of your eye. And I like, one time I was, like, fucking cracking. I was like, he didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I listened to some music, man. Went on to play guitar for like 5 hours.
Nice.
And like kind of.
How long was your trip?
Like the peaks of it was a good 2.5, 3 hours. But I mean, the one thing that when I went into doing it, which is I heard people talking about it because like ketamine, that nasal flow just got approved.
Yeah.
And they're talking about legalizing mushrooms. And kind of one thing that I found with my relationship with marijuana is that it's not always about like if you're using to help you mentally, it's not about using all the time because it will stick with you. So they say like a mushroom trip can cure depression for 6 months. Because it will always stay with you. Like you'll have these like moments or takeaways or these feelings that you've tuned into and you've awoken.
Right.
And I think that was the problem when I was self-medicating with like marijuana. I was like, I'm just doing this to medicate. But I was fucking taking bong rips all day long. It's like you're not actually feeling any of these CBD presence. You're just getting high.
Right.
You're not feeling the down flow
right.
of it, which I think is also a very important part of drugs.
No, for sure.
That I think drug users get infatuated with the high, so then they lose the creativity uses or the benefits of it.
And they don't want to like experience that downfall or that so what do? They just keep getting
high again
because
it's fun. But it's also that moderation thing. It's fun because you don't always see shapes moving and things changing and vision and
I mean I've been weed free, I've only been doing CBD lately.
Yeah.
It's been going on like 2 weeks now.
Yeah. What made you decide to do that?
Well, man, with the baby coming and all, I have to gotta find myself a better job, maybe some benefits.
Yeah.
Insurances.
Mm-hmm. Getting that clean piss.
Get that clean pee-pee.
Getting that clean pew-pew.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Daddy Pedro needs a grown-up job, so if you know anybody... Holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying?
That'd be amazing if actually this podcast was looking at open doors. They listened to 37 minutes of talking about dicks and weird alternate dimensions. They're like, this guy sounds like he's high out of his mind, but he's not. He's hired. Doesn't that suck, dude?
What?
Like just like clean piss.
Like,
can you not? I mean, R. Kelly knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
but it's
and
like,
everybody you peed on too.
If you're getting your fucking shit done, if you're a good fucking worker, if you're hitting all your...
I think, you know what it is? It's, for a lot of jobs, it's like, if you get hurt on the job.
But I have back pain already, that's why I use it, baby.
Right. Yeah. But like, if you get hurt on the job...
Why are you laughing about my back pain?
Because it's funny, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
You're crippled.
So, why not... It's like the...
It's a workman's comp, and if you like... go to like an urgent care or the hospital or whatever, they're like, oh, this motherfucker was under the influence.
But isn't that a little bit of like that innocent until proven guilty? Like, okay,
no, it's the other way around.
I know they want to avoid having an accident at work, but let's say you have an accident, give them a piss test then. Like, oh, you was high out of your mind. Now all the medical bills aren't on you.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's alternate routes we can take.
And places do that.
No, for sure.
Like, even places that drug test prior will always drug test as they do that. Mm-hmm. And I don't see anything wrong with that at all. I mean, even though...
No. But then what if you're one of these card holders that uses it for medication?
And then there's also the issue...
It's constantly in your blood.
That's also the issue with especially marijuana. Yeah. You could do it 30 days ago and then get her on the job and they're like, you were high. And you're like, I wasn't high.
I wasn't high, motherfucker.
Don't be ignorant.
I did not
You're
inhale.
ignorant. I did not inhale. They're like, no, you did because it's in your blood.
Okay, well, I didn't have any sexual relationships with that woman.
But you did, Bill. You did. You let her.
I didn't R. Kelly her.
That's true.
He didn't. Does that make him a better man?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's a Clinton.
I mean, there's some skeletons.
Speaking about weed, Arizona just passed the SB 1494 this week.
What's that?
That requires... that requires the Arizona Department of Health Services to create standards for third-party labs for medical marijuana testing.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's actually really good because then they're going to be... So now local growers have to test medical marijuana for like any contaminants and toxins like pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. Now dispensaries and cultivators need certification from the ADHS to test that weed. You know what I'm saying?
So they have to do it in order to sell it now?
Yeah. Which is what California has already been doing.
I remember when I first got my card, people being upset about the legislation that wasn't in there.
Right.
That they were saying like they didn't really give a fuck about the people that were using because they're just drug addicts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Fucking potheads. Fucking
Marihuanos.
Cheech and Chong. You know what I mean? Masturbating until they grow hair on their fucking hands.
Daddy.
Look at these things.
Is that a werewolf?
Oh,
man. That's it. We got to end this thing. So a group of vegan protesters in the UK rushed a pig farm to do a sit-in protest.
Okay, what did they do? That's like Tiananmen Square, basically.
That's why?
Tiananmen Square.
What's that?
When the dude stood in front of the tank.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I mean, but the pig farm, which produces a lot of good old bacon to that particular part of the UK, said while two animals... What does that say? I can't even read my own handwriting.
Oh, fuck, man.
While the animal-carrying vegans rushed the farmhouse where they kept the piggies, they killed two baby piglets.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
What did they do?
I gotta know, man.
On
I guess
accident?
they trampled up and shit. Yeah.
Or were they fucking them?
Maybe.
You think there was some fucking pig fucker?
Bestiality?
Fucking vegan pig fucker.
Yeah. Come on, vegans.
They're like, I love animals so much, I fuck them. Fuck them. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
But then they're like, well, you were gonna kill them anyways. It's like that's what their comeback. That's what their comeback was.
Come on, man.
And it's like, show me proof that we killed them. I'm like, okay.
They're like, all right, we'll show you the security cameras. One of you was going downtown on that pig.
Get that.
You even named it.
Yeah. What was his name?
The pig?
Yeah.
Piglet.
I thought it was Peppa.
Oh no, it's Piglet and Peppa.
Oh,
or
both?
Salt and Peppa. That'd be fucking such a cute
Instagram
pigs names, baby pigs.
But then you'd have to make them an Instagram and like become famous.
Definitely. Would you ever have the baby pigs are cute?
Baby
we
pigs?
should get one for the studio.
For the studio?
What? Caging animals is so weird.
Speaking about enclosures and animals.
Right.
Did you hear this bitch jumped in to take a selfie with the jaguar?
I heard it, but I never looked up take me to the day.
Where was it? It was 1995. No, I'm just kidding. It was probably like 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
What zoo was it at?
I think it was here in Arizona.
Yeah, right.
The wildlife.
Yeah.
Wildlife Zoo.
Uh-huh.
This bitch jumps into the enclosure to take a motherfucking selfie with a jaguar. And the jaguar, obviously, he's a fucking wild animal, man. Yeah. What are you thinking? What
did he do?
He didn't really hurt her that bad. He just tore up her arm and she distracted him with a water bottle or something. And then the jaguar went for the water bottle. That's when she jumped back over. I'm like, she even came back the other day. The next day she's like, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have ever done that. It was
like never touched the jaguar.
Yeah, no shit, you dumb bitch. So I saw this meme that was the picture of the jaguar, and on top it said, I did it for Harambe.
Yeah, I saw it.
So funny, bro.
Yeah, but yeah. And that's it's a weird thing. Ever since I watched that Blackfish documentary, where I was like, SeaWorld, okay. No, but then, I love the aquarium. Think about a kid too. Having a kid. You want to take them to the zoo. See all these animals and shit. But what is the line? What is right? And what's right then take home? Dogs are fucking useless now. We've breeded them so far away from wolves that, let's just talk about memes. It's I love that one where it's a wolf and it's those people over there seem nice. Then it flashes forward to a pug with a birthday hat on. Nothing bad. They're so useless now. We can't just let them out free anymore.
They would die.
Yeah. We were engineer. Look at him.
Yeah, he needs you.
Thank you for saying that.
And I think you need him.
For sure. But yeah, it's then people start doing pigs. They start getting... people do get leopards and, all kinds of things. What is right? What's wrong to cage? 14-year-olds? 15-year-olds? What? I don't know.
R. Kelly didn't think so.
Yeah.
And neither did these parents in California. They're pleading guilty to multiple felonies for child abuse of their 13 children. So one of the 17-year-old escaped actually and managed to call the cops and call the authorities. Mm-hmm. The police went in to find children. Rat, dude. Yeah, I know, right? What a little bitch. The police went in to find children shackled in chains and locks to their beds.
Fuck.
They were holding their children captive. They now face 25 years to life, starving, tied up. Weeks without food. The 17-year-old girl said she'd been planning this escape for more than 2 years.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's so fucking
It's
sick,
a fucking crazy
man.
world, man.
And that's not like an isolated case.
No, I'm sure there's
Put me in that fucking Facebook VR lab, dude. Get me out of here. Get me the fuck out of here, dude. Give me those goddamn goggles, man.
You think it'll ever be like? I mean, I think it would, but
it's gonna get just as dark there.
Even probably more dark because what's the morals?
Yeah,
there's no more. Like it's virtual.
Every escape we will ruin. If we go to Mars, we will ruin Mars.
Probably.
If we go to the
What's
moon,
that myth that like we've gone to Mars and that was Mars? We ruined Mars so bad that we had to move to Earth. You know, like.
And then our dumbasses are like, it's like something in our DNA. We're like, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like we belong on Mars. I don't know what it is. Like I have this feeling. Like, yeah, because you were there.
You're still out there, Opie? Opie's like, fuck you, motherfuckers.
Have a nice life,
fuck
asshole.
You.
I hope he's in the VR lab. Opie?
Yeah.
Opie's the
sure.
god.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Speaking of like VR robot, I have a couple of things. Okay,
yeah.
Where should we start with? Let's start. Whoa. There's bad words you can say. Shoot, you can't say anymore.
Why not?
Because, like, gun violence.
Oh.
That's insensitive to people who survived of shooters and like that.
Gotcha.
So don't do that
Don't
anymore.
say shoot.
And don't say bang! Don't scare people like that. Come
on, shoot.
Newsweek.
I mean, tell me.
God damn it. I just literally told you,
I know,
bro.
It's been in my vernacular.
I want a piss test.
It's been believe. I'll piss clean, motherfucker.
Piss on me.
R. Kelly style. What if that was the piss test? Like, I was just trying to piss clean, man. And she's like the tester. Well, that seems a little dirty. Do you have some asparagus?
You can't make that sound like you're drinking pee as an underage girl, Pedro. Isn't that so fucked up though? Like that's what fame for. Like we're so as like humans. Like I don't know. We want something so bad outside of our normal life that like we can be so mesmerized by fame and money and just like we'll let people just abuse us and treat us like shit. Or even like to those kids, you know, how many years were they chained to their beds and maybe not even knowing a difference of right or wrong?
Some of them were like in their 20s.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like this is their, or it's like people that go to jail for 20 years and get out. They want to go back in because they're like they were comfortable.
Right.
Like
yeah.
Like the human brain, you can fuck up so bad. And you can change.
Scares me about being
that's
a daddy,
what's scary.
man.
But what's through all the scariness, that's a terrible way to say it. Through the darkness of that, like when there's so much like, yeah, just I don't know, nitty gritty, man. Yeah. That means that there's the exact opposite of that. That means your brain is also so powerful that you can completely change your relationship with the way that you feel about things and life and ways that you can kind of grow as a person, as a human, you know, on this through puberty. But that you can manipulate your mind to a million different ways and you can always find your way out. You know what I mean? So no matter how dark and shitty things are, you can always... There's always like another way. There's always another.
You just have to battle through adversity, man.
Got to, man. Pick yourself up. 30 years. Anyways, Newsweek had an article that said hacked sex robots could murder people.
What?
So basically, like hackers can
control these bitches.
Yes, they can hack.
Damn it.
Fuck. Shoot.
Oh, that word. Shoot. Ah, damn it. Bang. Oh, shit. So they're hacking these robotic sexual
things, and they can control their arms and get the murder weapon started. And it's kind of scary now because you see robots now.
I mean, how many movies of this have we seen too? Like
I've seen
Ex Machina.
I've seen Terminator. I've seen Ex Machina. A lot of movies.
Yeah, a lot.
Too many movies.
Just like Janis Joplin, Woodstock. And
exactly.
Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Right.
It's like all these examples that we've seen that now it's becoming...
Well, that's what's funny is... now what's funny is the tech people, like, it is the Elon Musk. The people are like, hey, be careful. And there was a couple that said, don't stop making robots that you can weaponize. Stop weaponizing robots. Like they've come forward saying that multiple times. Don't do it. Mm-hmm. and we gonna do it.
We gonna do it.
Because, I mean, what's cooler than a little bit of...
It's fucking America, man. It's fucking America. You're telling me we can send 45,000 robots over there with guns and machine guns built on their fucking domes, and we don't have to, lose civilian lives?
It's scary, man. And then somebody could just hack one of those, and it just takes one. You know what I mean? It
takes one to make a thing go wrong.
And then speaking of, I mean, so those ones, yeah, that's scary. That's like the scary far future. But right now, we're going to have smaller events. So it won't be like a mass murder. It will be one sex robot that's hijacked. And remember, it's a fucking sex robot. So this guy with a fucking huge ass cock is coming at you with fucking like a knife or some shit. Because they're not going to just be first like, machine gun arms.
Right.
They're going to hack into somebody's like their $20,000 sex robot. Right. So it's like there's this fucking chick with like, I don't know, huge double D tits, just like
Austin Power type of.
That's right. Fuck.
Bro, it's another movie. Yeah.
She was hot, dude. Who was that?
Banging.
Can you say that anymore? She was fucking
banging.
I feel so gross.
What if the giant just like you're like in the middle of intercourse and just you're banging it out, and then her fucking giant just fucking clamps down on you like a fucking bear trap, bro.
Oh. My murder spree begins now.
Getting drenched in blood because this guy's
titty milk just spraying out, because that's the kind that, I don't know, maybe people would buy.
I mean, I'm sure you can customize this $20,000 sex robot.
I feel like it's so creepy how far ahead that technology is if you ever look into it.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen some of these robots now?
They're pretty intense.
Yeah.
Pretty intense. Pretty.
Ooh.
But it's like, what was Alex Jones saying? He was like, everything that they're bringing out to the market has already existed for years. Like years.
Yes.
Prior. They had VR in the 60s.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's just coming out.
That's like with conspiracies.
Right.
You see this shit that's happened in the 70s, and we're reading about it now. Like, they have weapons that we don't know of. They have technology we don't know of. Like,
DEWs, man, direct energy weapons.
Yeah, I mean, or just how they can control our brains. I think that's...
I think that's what they're trying to do with 5G.
I think that's what they do with...
the 4G now.
TV and cell phones and trying to sell technology. That's why when I get like a Google Home, I'm like, it's a slippery slope. You're like, but then there's that ease or convenience that you've already bought into it.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. Speaking of like Google Home and
let's do it.
All right, let's
do it.
Let's do it. I got a little video because I have let's see. Check this out.
Is that a porn video again?
Yeah, bro. Check this.
Hi,
check out this position
I'm
out.
Q, the world's first genderless voice assistant. Think of me like Siri or Alexa, but neither male nor female. I'm created for a future where we are no longer defined by gender, but rather how we define ourselves. My voice was recorded by...
Brought to you by Celine Nunu. New fragrance.
Yeah.
Q gender.
What is that, bro?
It's the, forward thinkers of, the valley. They've only heard the male and female voice. I look on my phone, male, female. What about
non-binary?
What about me?
Yeah.
What about non-binary?
Which is how I'm going to raise my kid, by the way.
I mean, is there any other way?
No.
Non-vax, gender fluid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting not to.
Who the fuck are you?
What do you think the reptilians would think of a fucking child saying that they have a gender? They'd be like, no, you don't. That peni is a vagina.
It's just inverted.
It's just inverted.
Yeah.
Flip that shit out. Then flip it back in.
Gender
pink
fluid.
socket. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what pink socket is?
No, I don't.
Look it up.
Google pink socket.
Yeah, do it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, it's gross. So yeah, Q, how do you feel about that? Would you use that setting?
Probably not.
What did you think of the voice when you first heard it? Did you assume a gender? Be honest with me. You piece of shit.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
He
Please.
sounded homosexual.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a man. He looked like a man. No, but he's like trying to sound both genders, I guess you would say.
It's a funny. I don't know. It's not funny because like I also don't care.
First off, I don't care.
Be what you want to be.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do, baby.
There's a
It's all
commercial
you.
somewhere.
But I see it from like this weird thing of trying to like, I don't know if we're ones and zeros, then we're like just, I don't know, dumbing ourselves down into like this so lucid and so like, I don't know, it just feels like another like weird thing of control for some reason. But maybe male and female is control too. Isn't that just putting you inside of a little cage of two places that you can be? Like we are all on a spectrum through gender and through, but I guess then there's also signs of like you have a dick.
Yeah.
Like if you have certain chromosomes, you know, you are a certain way.
Yeah, of course.
So you have to also say, okay, well, there's the science there. The Earth's not flat. So you can live in some alternate reality where you believe that, or you can, I don't know where I'm going with this. It was just an interesting thing. I saw it pop up and I was like, huh.
Well, there's the other thing too, like they're trying to, this is the conspiracy coming out, like they're trying to make everybody non-binary, make pansexualism or whatever, you know, anything goes,
Right.
because we're so desensitized to everything else, you know, like regular porn doesn't get you off. You have to look at some other weird shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of it is part of a control thing, that maybe they're pushing for this all equal and gender fluid, non-binary, whatever, you know. Not, I mean, and at the same time, like, who gives a fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's a big problem too, is a lot of people are giving a fuck, and it's like, fucking do what you want to do, dude. We're on this planet for probably 65 years if you're healthy, you know. Just do what the fuck you want to do. Do whatever makes you happy.
That's true, because you think about like the bathroom issues, where like they were always going to the bathroom, and you're just fighting about it now. That's the only thing. You're just making more noise or loud noise. And what's interesting though, it's like, so you give ourselves more options where you can be more of an individual. You can be freer. You can be more of yourself. That's what they're selling you. Like you can be who you want to be. But in that same sense, they're stripping you of your identity, because then you're just becoming just a human.
Right.
You don't have anything special about you. You know, you're just like just another number, just another cattle at the slaughterhouse at the pig ranch. You know,
Just another tag on
just
the deal.
another vegan sniffing pig farts. You know, that's cheese. That's vegan cheese. It's smelling pig.
Pig farts?
Yeah.
That's how they produce
Have you
cheese?
done that before?
No.
That's where I got the idea. At least I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Can you though?
My dreams are back, bro. Like,
Are they? Oh yeah,
since I
that's
haven't
right.
been smoking.
I missed that. To be
Oh,
honest with you.
dude,
I
it
love
was
dreaming. like
fucking
that.
wicked,
Yeah.
man. The other night I woke up from a dream into another dream, and then I woke up in real life. Like, that was really weird.
Yeah.
You know? Then a couple days ago, I was a girl in my dream. And
What was your name?
I don't know.
What's your come on? What would your
If I had a-
name be?
Patricia.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Patricia. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go back to your story.
Gender fluid here.
Q.
I was a girl that stabbed her dad with a pair of scissors,
Okay.
like multiple times over and over and over. And my parents were divorced, but he was wearing like a Michael Myers mask.
Okay.
And that's when I was like, I was scared of him, and I was like stabbing him. And then he convinced me that it was like, as he was like on the ground bleeding out, he convinced me that it was actually my mother that was the bad person. And I think that's what like the Michael Myers was, because, you know, you associate that with like a bad person. And I think that's what happened in the dream, where I was like, okay, he's this bad person. He's wearing this Michael Myers mask. So I stabbed him with scissors. And then he convinced me that my mother plotted against him, and like convinced me that he was the bad one, when in reality it was her, you know, being this evil, cruel person.
I'm gonna go.
I'm just kind of talking to myself.
Just stabbing people with scissors.
Yeah.
And just,
Well, and then I grabbed an axe.
okay. Yeah. Naturally.
And so I hacked at her with an axe, you know? It was fucking vivid, dude. Like, I gashed the side of her face, and like I just saw this piece of meat just split open, and I could see her jawbone.
Fuck.
But there was no blood coming out. Like, which
Very
was
PG.
weird. Yeah, I don't know. And then I like hit her fucking neck, and that same fucking just gash open. It was weird, man. That weird was.
You know what's
that dream was a little.
You know what's weird about that
weird.
is that it was so weird and so strange and so dreamlike for you. But there's so many humans that have ever existed that somebody probably has lived that.
Yeah.
They probably have done that.
Yeah.
They probably hit somebody and
I mean,
there was blood.
Yeah, there's been
They
murders
saw
like
somebody's
that.
fucking
Like,
jaw like split open and
maybe they couldn't handle the pressure of their parents, like always bickering and fighting, and they were depressed their whole lives, and they're like, you know what, fucking, I'm ending this, and
oh. And then that's the thing, is like as soon as you do that first stab with the scissors,
I mean, you black out, right? You have to keep going.
Yeah, that's dark fucking place, man.
That was a weird dream. I woke up kind of in jitters.
A boner.
Well, it was a pee boner.
Yeah. Oh,
it was a pee boner.
Pee boner.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it starts with, right? Wait. What?
I mean, you wake up, you go pee, and then the boner is gone.
Oh, the middle of the night
magically.
pees.
Middle of the night pees suck.
Yeah, you're like, fuck!
God damn it, I just want to sleep.
The worst is when you wake up before your alarm and you're like, I could close my eyes and like still kind of sleep but hold it. Mm-hmm. Or do I get up, kind of wake myself up, pee, and then go back down? Like, what's
not be able to
split?
fall back asleep.
Yeah, it's like you're rolling the dice. What do you usually do?
I just go pee, man.
Yeah.
It's not good to hold your pee in.
It's not?
Oh. How can it be good?
I don't know. Maybe it's like stretching a muscle. It's like yoga.
Yeah, let's just expand the bladder a bit today. Got 72 hours without taking a piss.
How about you? 2 hours? Fucking piece of shit.
You little fucking pussy.
You little fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, fucking China.
Get out of here with that fucking shit. Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I sharted this morning during yoga.
Oh,
that's why I was late today.
I had to clean up.
I was doing my yoga, bro, and I went into like this child pose. I felt the fart coming on, and I was just like, okay, well, it's a fart during yoga. It's natural. Mm-hmm. And then it was a little bit more than a fart.
Oh, no.
So I cut that class short and went and cleaned myself up, you know.
Man, I haven't done child's pose for a minute. I just realized
I love child's pose.
I know, I just realized through like those...
Extended child's pose.
What's that?
You just spread your knees out, touch your toes, and you just...
Oh, what's the other one?
Regular child's pose, your knees are together.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I always have the outside.
Come on, man. How long have you been doing yoga, man?
2 years.
The other day, I was like, I put on a video on YouTube, and I was like, "Welcome to Yoga with Pete. My name is Pete, and this is my dog." You know, because the lady that I listen to, that's how she introduces every video.
Oh, does she?
And then, like, I just started, and then I was like, I could probably do videos for yoga on
There you go.
on
Use the Who Do You Think You Are podcast.
Yeah, there
yoga
you go.
session 1.
You might be checking some out here soon, folks.
There we go.
We're gonna become a yoga channel now.
Whatever.
You know, my alter egos are usually like this Italian guy.
Yeah, I feel it very... It's like... You know when people are around you and think you're friends, you used to make Hispanic jokes, which I would never do to you.
Of course, yeah.
I feel like when you do that to me, you feel like, oh, this is my comfortable zone, so I'm just gonna... And I'm sure with Shane around a couple hours ago, you do that same thing to him. You're like,
sure.
This is my comfortable.
You know, I'm a little racist. I'm just gonna put this out there, okay? But my other alter ego is a young black sassy woman, which she's come out on this podcast before. Like,
has she?
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, you know, when I'm trying to get down with the brown, you know, like something.
Yeah.
So,
would you say you're race fluid?
I think I'm race fluid for sure.
It's always,
yeah,
that makes sense. Mm-hmm. We kind of all are. Some spectrum.
Maybe that's
of that,
part
right?
of not having something that binds you, not having a gender or a race.
But then what about your roots, man? What about where you come from?
What about the roots,
what
man?
What about your family? They took the boat, bada bing, bada boom. You think they could make it paddling over to New York City just to make a meatball shop?
A fucking shortbread or something? I don't know, man.
For you! And what are you doing with this opportunity? Nothing! Getting high with your friends, playing flag football, throwing the pigskin around. And now you're vegan? Getting tattoos?
I'm sorry,
Sheep
Dad.
blood.
I'm sorry, Dad.
You gotta get your shit together when I was your age. When I was your age. I had it all figured out. You know what I'm saying?
Your mother was pregnant.
With 3 kids.
God damn.
Working with oversized titties. scanning things at the Walgreens, and her arms are just hitting the titties every single time. Beep.
A little bit of milk would come out every time.
Crying. One dripping, the other one breastfeeding. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that was fun. I feel like we let a lot of anger out there.
Yeah, there's something I think actually about doing this every week you do get a little release, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
I think
it's like a little bit of pre-cum.
Is that pre-cum? Yeah, it's the worst kind of cum. What you think there's pre-cum babies and regular babies and there's different kind? They're like it's a different kind.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We should do a study on this.
We should.
Does pre-cum affect the outcome of the baby?
Yeah.
That's a clickbait article right there.
I mean, I'm clicking. Does it?
And I'm bait.
And then the article would be like, last week, scientists went to school at Harvard and tried to take the test of does pre-cum actually make you...
Is pre-cum as effective as regular cum?
So then he said in my studies, I don't know, I did a bunch of other uncorrelated studies that don't make any sense with this headline.
And there might have been some chemical,
imbalances. The jury's still out, but a UK study says it's very probable that the chromosomes are changed by the pre-cum. And then there's a couple pictures, a tweet from, I don't know, some
and
like governor.
Kelly, maybe, holding a sign up like, it does affect you,
Maybe Jeff Sessions like, I think it's ridiculous and abortion should be illegal. Just something like, oh, okay, this article is great. Thank you, New York Times. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, thanks for paying $1.99 a month.
I'm so glad. I really grew from this.
Fuck you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, you stupid piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking hijack the robots. You know what, dude?
Oh,
I'm doing it.
You're doing it?
I'm fucking.
What are you gonna make them do?
And count this down. 12:28 p.m. on what's today? I don't know. Wednesday, March.
We record on every
date.
Wednesday.
March 14th.
14th.
Yeah.
Where's my phone at?
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's recording.
Yeah, that's
right.
That.
Yeah,
I
totally
guess that's good that we forgot that we were doing that.
Yeah.
Or else we'd be like, do you people? Yeah. Do
you people? What the fuck do you mean by you people, you motherfucker?
People, do you ever see people that are like so vain that like when you see them like they're always like looking at themselves and like they those kind of feeling that like, pass the mirror, they're always like
they go back,
or they're always kind of like,
you're so vain. You probably think this podcast is about you.
I think we've all been guilty of that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I think
before I leave the house, I like to check if I have eye boogies or
there's
some fucking nose hairs
those
coming out.
Normal things,
right?
Then there's people that are taking it to a whole other level. It's like any kind of reflection.
Well, now it's like you just pull up the selfie camera and they're like, "Ooh, what is?"
But people do that all the time.
Oh, 100%.
And I guess that's a thing that phones kind of...
You're so vain.
You think the cell phone is about you.
I like that. What's that song about? What's his name? Tyler Taylor.
Tyler
Who was Carly? It was Carly Smith, right? That song.
I'm not sure.
Have you even heard the song?
I have.
Yeah. And it was about James Taylor. Because they were like, probably think the song is about... And he probably did.
Yeah. It probably was.
Yeah.
About him. He's just calling it out,
Was that the hypocrisy in that song? That's the irony?
I mean, the catch-22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you probably think this song is about you. Which it is, you motherfucker, because you're so vain.
You broke my heart. That was the song right after that on the album, if you remember.
No, I don't know.
James Taylor broke my heart.
That song was definitely about him.
That one wasn't. That was a metaphor. For love is fluid and it's always changing.
About how James Taylor's a piece of shit. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Now you know, folks.
Now do what you will with that information. You know what I mean? I think everybody's brains... They probably lost brain cells or gained some from this episode.
Gained some from this episode?
Clearly I lost some.
You lost some.
We can't win every time.
Yeah, you can't. We all can't be
Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? He said... You can't win every time.
Is that what he said?
No.
I thought he was like, I'm going to Disneyland.
He said that. And he said, these batteries fucking rule, bro. Duracell, remember?
Oh,
Duracell?
yeah.
Then he's like,
Fruit of the Loom, motherfucker.
Fruit of the Loom, motherfucker. They holding all this junk tight. And I dunk.
Oh yeah, that way, like, because his dick would be flopping around. If
Dude,
not,
Michael Jordan dick, bro. That's
some BDE for sure, bro.
He started Big Dick Energy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure,
Yeah.
dude. For sure.
Yeah. So he's had to wear that. You know, he went through all these pairs of underwears, and he landed on Fruit of the Loom, and he's like, Fruit of the Loom's the only one that holds my junk in while I'm fucking Air Jordaning this motherfucker right into the basket.
Here's an honest question. Do you think Michael Jordan's penis has touched more girls' faces or men's faces from dunking on guys?
Oh, man.
Because think about how much outside the short action he got.
Yeah. Ooh.
A lot of outside the short
Basketball
action.
players in
junior
general,
high level,
yeah.
kind of outside the dick action.
Yeah. outside the court.
Yes.
We should do another study on this.
Mm-hmm. Watch a lot of tapes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's number 47.
I mean, I don't know how long he was married for, or how much action he was getting.
Yeah, does that really matter, though?
There's a lot of guys he was...
I mean, in basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or how much does an average NBA player
Kobe just bought her
face?
Kobe just bought his wife some shit, and he's like, okay, you happy with that? I'm going to go sleep with this bitch over here, you know?
It worked.
And I don't know why Kobe was Italian in that moment, but...
I've never heard him talk, so I was actually, sounds like Kobe Bryant.
Can't believe he won an Oscar, too.
Did he?
For like a short film he did about basketball.
That was like recently, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
It was like the last 6 months, I think.
I think so.
God, that's funny.
Yeah, he's everywhere, man.
There's
another rape accusation right there.
That is...
Hashtag him too.
Hashtag get a good publicist.
Yeah,
because they can flip.
Oh, the
anything.
script like no other, man.
So you wonder if like Michael Jackson, like he probably had people on retainer for millions of dollars, right? That were like really wiping shit clean. Same with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, because he has this, this piss tape shit come out years and years ago. He still worked with...
Wasn't she holding her ID?
She said something in the video, I think, where it was like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Something like that.
I'm 9.
But then he's like, R. Kelly, this doesn't look good. Make some fucking church music. Uh-huh. So then he made a couple...
Give me some gospels.
Yeah, so then he comes up with some gospels, and we're like, all right.
Yeah, he's
this
a
guy
good guy.
Doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah.
Fucking think about Priest. Isn't that the same thing? Like
Priest?
Yeah, like...
Oh, kitty diddlers.
Yeah, because... Yeah, sorry. That's what we call them now.
Yeah, of course.
That's what we changed. So we can still have Catholic churches, but we have to refer to thank you, kitty diddler.
Kitty diddler.
And also with you, kitty diddler. And I approve kitty diddlers. You have to approve to go there.
Yeah.
But, you think about these people...
And you got to be cute.
You have to be cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, then people are, I'm going to ban this musician or that, but they still let other things slide. Mm-hmm. Like, so the Catholic Church probably is a good publicist.
The Catholic cover-up. The Catholic cover-up. God, that's from like episode 12 or something.
And it still is here
Classic.
today. I like the throwbacks that we have throughout the episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's actually episode 11.
Was that episode 11? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Man, where could we go from now?
I don't know, man. There's nowhere to go.
So did you celebrate Noki's birthday at all?
No.
You didn't give him like a toy or something?
No, I mean...
You're a fucking terrible dad, man.
I mean, kind of just...
Noki...
I got the email the day of. I'm like, I'm actually going to go get him something now, today, because his fucking leash broke.
Oh.
So I'm going to buy a leash and then a marrow bone.
Marrow bone.
Yeah.
Those are good for that.
Yeah. So, yeah. A lot of the pet stores that I was going to all closed down.
Pet Club hasn't.
They closed a couple of them.
A couple of them, but there's one over here on Tatum and Thunderberg.
No, that one's closed.
Next to the Bikram Yoga Studio?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Why?
It closed like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, that caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it cleared out. I was like, oh.
That's where I used to get my dog's marrow bones.
That's what I'm saying. It was a good spot. Yeah. So, start the petition, bring back Pet Club on Tatum, and we'll go from there. What do you say we do this again next week?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't got anything going on.
Nah. You know what, man? I quit. I don't enjoy doing this anymore.
All right, later, man.
Bye.